Before we can look at the evidence of the global depopulation program, we have to be able to understand what a population pyramid is and how to read it. A population pyramid is a visual illustration, a drawing, of the distribution of various age groups in a population. It is used to visualize the sex and age composition of a particular population. The population size is depicted on the x-axis, the horizontal axis, right here at the bottom. And the age groups are represented on the y-axis, the vertical axis. Males are conventionally shown on the left, here in blue, and females on the right, in red. And they may be measured in raw numbers, in millions, or as a percentage of the total population. In this case, we have percentages. Every age group is shown in stacked histogram bars. These are the bars representing the age groups. At the bottom of the pyramid, we have the youngest members of society. Children 0 to 4 years of age, as indicated here. Above that, we have children 5 to 9 years of age. Then children 10 to 14 years of age, 15 to 19 years of age, 20 to 24 years of age, and so on, until we get to the oldest members of society at the top of the pyramid. And this particular pyramid goes up to 80-year-olds and no further. But some represent also the 90-year-olds and centenarians, 100-year-old and above. Let me now switch to an interactive population pyramid. This one shows the world in 2015. We have the total population here around 7.4 billion. We have females in red on the right hand side and males in blue on the left hand side. And as you can see, we have each age group shown in percentages as well as in raw numbers if we scroll above each of the bars. Here, for instance, at the very bottom of the pyramid, where we have the youngest members of society, 0 to 4-year-olds, this population pyramid shows up that there are some 346 million boys 0 to 4 years of age in the world, and some 324 million girls. And as we scroll up for each 5-year age group, we have the numbers indicated in millions as well. And if we find it easier, then the numbers are shown in percentages on either side of the pyramid. The shape of a population structure tells us a lot about what has happened to a particular nation, or to the world in this case. Large wars and large famines, for instance, are reflected in a country's population pyramid. And if we go to this population pyramid, which shows Rwanda, we can see this clearly reflected in, we can see the Rwandan genocide, which happened in 1994, clearly reflected in the population pyramid. Not in this one, because this is from 1990. This is the population pyramid of Rwanda in 1990, prior to the genocide. And we can see each age group is perfectly uniform. The population is growing nicely and steadily, and there are no disruptions, no uneven population bars to denote any kind of upheaval. But if we go 10 years further to the year 2000, in other words 6 years after the genocide, we can see how the population structure, the population pyramid of Rwanda has changed. We can see here, for instance, this age group has suffered the most, because that is the age group that was born during the genocide, and of course it is smaller than any of the others because that was not a good time to be born in. So we can see how wars, large famines are reflected in the population pyramid, as in this case for Rwanda. What a population pyramid is also able to tell us is if or when a population began to be subjected to population control methods. Now let me go back to the population pyramid of the world. In a future video lecture, I will show you how to read the changes in a population pyramid and how to determine if they are the result of war, famine, or deliberate population control methods. For the time being, I'd like to show you how the population structure of the world changed. Here we're looking at the population structure of the world more or less today in the year 2015. But let's go to 1950, when statistics keeping began for the world due to the United Nations, and we can see what the population structure of the world looked then. Then 10 years later, already changes are evident. And in 1970, 20 years later, again more changes. 1980, 1990, the year 2000, the year 2010, the year 2015, and if we add 2 more years, it brings us to the year 2017 to today. And we can see that the population structure has changed substantially. This is what it looks like today, the population structure of the world. This is what it looked like in 1950. To understand these changes, we will look at various population pyramids and at what is called the demographic transition, which is the transition from high birth and death rates to low birth and death rates, which is in fact the euphemism used to hide the engineered population control program.